welcome back to the Related Podcast. I am your host, Amanda Bybel, and I am so excited that you are here listening to today's podcast episode. So, first of all, it's my birthday, February 16th, 1988. That makes me 35 years old. When I say that out loud, I'm actually like, what the fuck? Like, where did the time go? Because I was actually texting one of my friends during her 35th birthday, and we're like, we literally still feel like we're in our early 20s. In fact, I feel like I'm still in high school, like just age-wise. Like, I don't feel like I'm 35, and every single time I like celebrate a birthday, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, another year has gone by, and that's just your reminder, guys, that like time freaking flies no matter what, whether you are working on yourself, whether you're not working on yourself, whether you're doing something you love, whether you're doing something you hate, like time still goes on. So just make the most out of every single day, out of every single year. I was trying to think of like things that I wanted to reflect on today, and I am so excited to be chatting with you guys on my birthday. Before we get into today's episode, I was actually sitting in the other room. So if you're watching here on YouTube, then you see I'm in my headquarters. This is my happy place. I love my office so much, but I was just in the other room getting inspired. Just like, I mean, I think that's important to like get into that inspired, energetic mindset, right? And I got a text from Julian's school. And okay, so like this has to be like the high of like the highest of highs of like my day and also my week, because I bring him to daycare every day. We call it school because it just sounds more fun, and he loves going to school. However, he always like gives me a little bit of an argument in the morning when it's time to leave the house to go to school because he wants to stay home and snuggle. It's the cutest thing. He goes, "Mommy, snuggle couch now." I'm like, okay, honey, we'll snuggle on the couch when you get home. We went over to the school today. I dropped him off, and then I got a message that like they were doing their circle time, and during circle time they sing songs, they dance, and all other things. And they sent me a little message of him, and he was jumping up and down during circle time. So like little Julian, first of all, is like the most loving, adorable child. I swear, I think I talk about him all the time, which is I'm sorry if it's too much for you, but he's my life. Cameron's my life. My husband's my life. This is like my life. So I like to tell you guys all about the things that are awesome. So it was the cutest thing because, first of all, we take him into school and he'll get like a little bit shy, like when we first drop him off. But by the end of the day, he's like, we pick him up, he's like coming up, he's running, giving hugs, kisses, showing me where his cubby is, showing me all the artwork that he did that day, which is like the most adorable thing. But during circle time today, they have this song, Julian, Julian, jump up and down, and then we sit back down. And he was legit like doing like Superman jumps. And I'm like, I was just watching him like, how are you so cute? Like, this is the cutest thing. And they're like holding hands, doing circles together. So I was just like crying happy tears because I just thought it was the cutest thing ever. And, it just like has you feeling like this warm, like sense of like happiness, at least for me, in my soul, like this joy in my soul, just like how sweet and innocent that age is. And I know at times like I can get caught up in the like what I want to do right now, and like having a toddler is hard. It feels hard because it is hard, and sometimes like navigating those waters, especially since I haven't been here before, can feel difficult because it is difficult. Parenting is no joke, but it just has me remembering like they're supposed to be that way. Like they're supposed to be that way. They're supposed to be fun and innocent and like, experience life and try new things. And it was just like one of those reminders this morning when I got that message that like life is so short and like this stage is so innocent, and like every year goes by so fast. Like looking at Julian, he just celebrated his second birthday. Like time freaking flies, and like being 35, like I literally don't know where the time went. Like it just feels like yesterday I was graduating high school, which is nuts. And then the other happy point of today, of the high of today, my mom is home with Cameron, and I think I told you guys this last week, but she's with him every single Wednesday. So I record on Wednesdays, and then you guys get this on, have the episodes on Thursday. So it's not technically my birthday yet, but it will be. She was sending me pictures of Cam in the bathtub, and he does like this like splash, 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 splash thing now because he's like so sturdy and so big, and he was just like loving it, and I just love that he loves the bath so much, and I love those like sacred moments and all of the things that I get to enjoy with my babies. So the other happy thing from this week was Brett went and was traveling for work, and he came back, and I got to snuggle him last night, and we're going to be celebrating our anniversary. I can't believe we've been married for 5 years. It's like all of these things. It's insane. February is just like the best month ever. It's Valentine's Day. It's my birthday. It's our anniversary. It's Aquarius season. So it's also a really short month to get a lot of things done in a really short period of time. So those 28 days, I feel like you feel. So if you're listening to this and it's February, it's almost over already. So like, get your shit done. So yeah, and I'm just excited to be celebrating my birthday with you guys today. So I was thinking about like some of the things that we can talk about today, and I can tell you about all the things that I'm grateful for, but I want you to reflect on the things that you're grateful for. So I wanted to talk about like my gratitude practices and like how it has completely transformed my life. Now, I've like touched on this in other episodes before, and I don't think I've gone like super deep into like feeling the feelings of gratitude and feeling the feelings of thankfulness and like feeling so grateful for you and the version of you that got you to where you are today. And on my birthday, I think it's just really important to reflect on all of those things. And the first thing that's on my gratitude list all the time, and I guess I've never shared this before. Maybe I have. I don't know. You guys can remind me in the comments or in the reviews. But the number one thing that always shows up on my gratitude list is myself. And I think that's something that we tend to overlook a lot of the times. So if you are wanting a action taking exercise for like this gratitude today, I want you to just write like, I am grateful for every version of myself because she carried me or he carried me through to this moment right now. And it's just important to remember that like every version of us has gotten us through certain things during that time, and then we get to reflect back and learn from that and feel grateful for that. So I know sometimes we like look back and think like, oh my gosh, hindsight's 2020, I coulda, woulda, shoulda done this. But you didn't know that at the time, right? You didn't know the different choices you had in that moment, and you have always been making the very best decisions and the very best choices for you in that moment that you knew how to make, right? So if we come up with like a struggle or a situation in life where you're at a crossroads, you make the very best decision based off of who you are in that moment and what could serve you best in that moment. So we always have these really great intentions. I want you just to remember that you are always doing the best that you can with the resources that you have. You didn't have resources that you have now back then, okay? You learn from them, you grow from them, and I actually made a 9-minute long meditation. It's called the Lux Leader Activation. So if you want like a meditation that you can listen to in order to truly give like gratitude and thanks for yourself, it is completely free. You can download it in the description box below. And it is my gift to you guys. The Lux Leader Activation, essentially you're reminding yourself that you've always been doing the very best that you could. It's like sort of like a Ho'oponopono. If you're familiar with Ho'oponopono, great. If not, then I'll talk to you guys about it in another episode. Remember, for your gratitude practices, like the very first thing on your list should always be yourself. And what specifically about yourself makes you grateful? So I think that this is another really important thing when practicing gratitude, because we could all write things that we're grateful for, but we never really go into the details of what makes us grateful for that. And especially with like working with manifestation and the law of attraction and raising your vibration, we can say the words of gratitude or we can feel the feelings of gratitude. And the universe responds to feelings and emotions and vibrations, not words. So I actually shared a YouTube short and a TikTok on this, and there were some messages that weren't the nicest, but I think that it's so important to remember that like you can say words, you can say affirmations. That is great. It's not a bad thing to say affirmations. However, you need to feel it and vibrate at the vibration of the affirmation of the gratitude in order to actually attract more of it, right? So if you're not actually feeling what you're feeling when you're saying the words and there's like this disconnect, then you're going to feel the disconnect and it can actually take you further away than closer to the outcome of what you desire, if that makes any sense. So when you are starting your morning practice or your morning routine or your journaling practice or your gratitude practice or however you want to phrase it, I would always ask you to start with, I am grateful for myself because blank. Now, you can use this in your affirmation process. You can use this in your EFT tapping. You can use this just in your journal practice, but remembering that you should always put yourself first on your gratitude list. The second thing that I would love to mention about like the gratitude practice too is to really feel into it. So not only are you writing it down, but you're going to be feeling into it. So like if I'm saying like I am feeling super grateful for my husband because he is one of my biggest cheerleaders and it makes me feel really happy that he supports all of my decisions, I love to let that person know how I'm feeling because then I'm speaking it not only into existence, but I'm letting them know and I'm exchanging that gratitude with him. So on my gratitude list the other day, I wrote down that I am so grateful for Brett because he is my biggest cheerleader. He supports me in all of my decisions. He helps cheer me on. He's a guide. He grounds me. And that night at dinner, I just was like, Brett, I just wanted you to know that I am so grateful for you because not only do you get me outside of my comfort zone and challenge me in certain ways, but you always have my back. And that is so important to me. And it helps me to feel super, super grateful because I love you and you're my soulmate and, speaking those things into existence. So I don't ever want to hold the gratitude in. I want to always share it. So that way someone else, whoever it is that I'm feeling grateful for, whatever the thing is that I'm feeling grateful for, can feel it with me. It is practicing gratitude for my future self. So if I think about who I am at the end of the month, which is also something called scripting. So I love to script. So scripting is a really powerful manifestation tool that you can use. So whenever I'm journaling, I'm always journaling to in my future as if it's presently happening. So let me explain. So say it's January 1st and you're starting the year and you're setting your big goals for December 31st for the end of the year. What I actually do on the first of the year or the first of the month, I will journal as if it's already the end of the month or the end of the year and I have already achieved all of the things that I am planning to achieve that year. So for example, it's January 1st, 2023. So the beginning of this year, I wrote, it is December 31st, 2023, and I have achieved the reach in my audience that I've been wanting to achieve. I have grown my TikTok to 1,000 new followers, and I have had 4 videos reach over 1 million views on YouTube. And I've done this because I consistently showed up. I shared new content. I was on my podcast. I was posting YouTube videos. And basically, it's a way that you can reverse engineer all of those end of year goals to now. And that's an incredible way to start goal setting, but it's also a really awesome way to embody those feelings and activate the law of attraction, activate the law of assumption, and to start that momentum process now. So if you can give gratitude to your end of year version of yourself, so like the version of you in December 31st, 2023, who's already achieved those things, I would be saying, I am so grateful that I remained consistent, I remained committed to my vision, and that I said that I would do the things that I said I was going to do, because all of these things manifested for me. So then I can take those commitment and consistency and put those into action today. That's the third way that you can practice gratitude as well. So those are some of the things that I like to do on a daily basis. So gratitude for all the past versions of myself. Gratitude and feeling into all of the reasons why I am grateful for me or why I am grateful for other people, and sharing them out loud and sharing them with this specific person, and then giving gratitude to my future self, because when you do that, it allows you to help with that forward moving and momentum. if you're listening, and for those of you watching, I want you all to take out your journals today and practice some gratitude. So practice the gratitude for your past version, your current version, share that gratitude, and also the future version of yourself. I know that when you practice gratitude, you're going to truly feel so uplifted and so inspired. I know, like with my gratitude practices, it has completely transformed my life because it allows me to really raise my vibration on a daily basis. And sometimes we forget about like all the good that, we have already created in our life, and all the good that is going to be happening today and the next day and all the days to come. Sometimes I think it's easy to focus on like the bad instead of the good because we're human, and like human shit happens, and like it's okay, it doesn't make you broken. But it's always important to remember that like you get to change your perspective and you get to change your focus right now so that you can begin to see the more gratitude, more joy, more bliss inside of your life. I think that's also really important with the law of attraction, because remember, where your energy goes and where your focus goes, that expands. So whether you're focused on the bad will get worse. If you're focused on the good gets better. So take that today, and I would love to hear in the comment section below. Leave me a review on Apple Podcasts. Let me know how this worked for you. I love reading your guys' comments. I love reading your reviews. I really appreciate it because it helps me be a better creator for you. So if you liked this video, please hit subscribe. Please download. Leave me a review. Tell me what you thought, and make sure you come and follow me on Instagram as well at Inner Beauty Bybel, because I answer all messages that I receive as long as I see it come into my inbox. I try to get back to everybody. I'm always asking for requests and recommendations, and I love to chat with you guys because obviously, like, you're listening to my podcast. I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you. So thank you so much for all of the love and the support. So I just want to remind you that you are loved, you are important, you are strong, you are brave, and you get to choose you every single day. And remember, you are you, and that is your superpower. Thank you for listening today, and I will see you all next week.